Hi, Jazz. Okay, so let's talk about what a hoe is. A hoe is a gardening tool that you use to dig up the ground and make it soft so that you can plant other stuff in it. To call somebody a hoe is really just to call them a tool for God. That's really all it is. So, um, and we all share the same God anyway. So you're not wrong in what you're doing, but uh, the problem that we ran into there between me and you a moment ago was your understanding of what you think I mean hoe means, and my understanding of what I think a common definition of what hoe is. So I think when people use the word hoe, they just mean, well, there was the lawsuit there on TV yesterday I saw from Sid Combs, Siddcombs. Sean Sid Combs, I guess is his name. And he's a famous rapper, and he was slapping and punching and beating up his girlfriends so that they were lying on the ground and they were loving it, I guess. Only because she stayed in a relationship with him and didn't sue him. She sued him after she broke up after a year about the assault and the violence and the hitting and stuff like that. That is okay. To understand the idea of common means always shared. And to share an idea always, it means you can't have hitting in there because eventually the person's going to change their mind and say, no, I don't like it when you hit me. Or they're going to die, one or the other. So it can't be a common idea if the person ends up dying, and it can't be a common idea if the person ends up changing their mind about it. So the common idea of hoe, in my understanding, does not include hitting. Okay, so that's why Sean Sid Coons is on TV right now in the news and going to court, and his girlfriend is totally right. He's an asshole and is learning like everybody else. So, remember the goal of sex is always to increase the population of Earth, and that means to procreate. It doesn't mean that it's against God not to procreate. Heavens, God respects free will and logical order. So, if a habitat is not sustainable, why the fuck would you make more kids? That's a God question. And God would say, well, you're right, dude. Like, it doesn't make sense. So it's not logical. So if it's not logical and not common sense, it ain't from me. And then we cut off kind of like the illogical whatevers. But honestly speaking, no one person is God. We can all channel God. You definitely do when you're dancing jazz. So I want you to know this video is for you. What I also want to say, though, about hoe is... in my book, it's a gardening tool. And those are really good. Well, I mean, the rain will eventually beat down soil so that it looks like the ground of a pavement with cracks, dried lakes. If you have soil in a pot where there's a plant growing and it's all hard like that, and you're trying to save the plant by watering it, the water is going to run over the soil, down the edge of the pot, right to the bottom of the pot, and it won't touch the roots of the plant. So if it's that dry, to save that plant, you actually have to take like a paper clip or something and poke holes in the soil. Better would be to overturn the soil, but in a little pot plant, the roots are very thin and fine, and you're going to tear them and break the plant if you overturn that soil. So outside where there's trees and you're growing crops and corn and whatever else. Corn, by the way, it gets turned into ethanol, and that gets added to gasoline, which is better for the environment and reduces the gasoline intake. So we grow a lot of corn also for the stuff in our cars. And to get it over 100, you need ethanol, stuff like that. Jet fuel is over 100. I used to be a commercial pilot even. Anyway, so oh dear, a hoe in my book is somebody. Jazz, you're already my hoe. You're perfect, and without any harm at all. Forgetting about the age of both of our bodies. Forget that. I love your cheer, Joe. Jazz, right? I love your cheer. Just your exuberance. And the way you look back on that one video where you're in a blue shirt and you just eating your lollipop. Like, that one is just, you look like you're 30 years old daring the 12-year-old boys. Oh yeah, you're gonna come up to me, you're gonna die getting here because I'm so hot. Like, it's just the way you move, Joe. Jazz. It's just, oh God. I don't know any Joes. Hoes. I guess it matches with that. So you're my Joe. Joe. I don't know. But she was like, it's not even sexual. It's definitely spiritual at that point. Honesty means consistency, which means you're not going to hurt anybody. But supernatural honesty means coincidences and synchronicities and meeting strangers on the internet who they're a little bit weird, a little bit old. People say stay away from old people on the internet, but this guy's like totally different. What? And I can share it? And he's what? Like, what? Anyway, Jazz, don't worry about anything. I'm totally public, so it means honesty means consistency, and if you're totally public, you're not hiding anything. It means you're totally transparent. It means you're not hiding any thoughts either. It means you're just brutally honest all the time, and you're definitely not a danger to anybody. So I you know, I'm almost in Vancouver even. This is the key to my closet, and like these things are like on my wrist because you can use them for everything. This is my bong poker. Usually, this is a pipe I made in Charlottetown this summer. I went all the way across Canada this summer to try to fix the medical system here in Canada. So I'm doing a lot of stuff on the internet that's basically trying to... Well, I'm the rightful person for the seat of the Holy See in the United Nations Security Council there. So that's where I'm going, and I'm on the conscious stream to get there. And the conscious stream means the logical order of the placement of objects in the course of all of my days until I'm there, relative in the environment to the logical orders of anybody else that dares to say that I don't belong there. And that's very big for the conclave right now even. And it's, you form it first in your thinking in your mind, and then it expresses itself physically as an experience in the actual lived environment. But the only way you can achieve that supernatural planning ability, let's call it, is by having not mutually exclusive goals. And that means not mutually exclusive desires, and that means always just cheerful fun, not hurting, new. Oh, it's new, but they say it's illegal, but it's new. Well, didn't Jesus say man made the law and man can change the law? So wouldn't the Holy Spirit naturally be the greatest offender against the current governing authorities that believe they are channeling the Holy Spirit when they're allowing things like, well, there's a lot of bad things in the world. So we're fixing that. It's on the relative scale. There's no such thing ultimately as dishonest because it includes the word honesty. It's just getting more honest. So what does honesty mean again? Supernaturally. Synchronicity. Then I found out that the devil originally has horns because somebody painted a picture of Moses with little tufts of hair like that and exaggerated a little bit too much there. How's that? A goat with a goatee. I've been walking on my heels because I got on my tiptoes because I got cracked feet from wearing the wrong shoes so long. That's just, the symbology can be absolutely ridiculous. And then on top of that, you got all these life clues to like, hey, wait a minute, I can actually do this. Bringing heaven to hell is not supposed to be a bad thing. Just remember that.